All right, War Robots fans, this is Bagofsoup coming at you with another match from the test server weekend. This is test server 2.9.0.262 or something like that, 2.9 something. This is Saturday, April 1st, 2017. And as you can see, we're testing out the new dashbot again. Matter of fact, we're testing out two versions this time, not one. We've got the Mark 2 here, or Mark Medium Mark 2. We've already tested that out in a previous video. That was pretty neat, and it's got the new skin on it so you can kind of see. This one's got the built-in Ansel shield with the 3 medium weapons, unlike its new big brother, the Mark 3, that's got the physical shield with the 3 medium weapons. Last week it had that kind of dark gray texture. This week it's got the kind of angel white texture. And we have outfitted 5 of the Mark IIIs with some close range weapons, the Tarans, the Orkans, and the Punishers. And we're going to jump into a match in just a moment and test out the Mark III. We already tested the Mark II pretty well. The Mark III is a little different. It's a little less speed. Instead of 44 kilometers an hour, it's got 37. Last weekend it had 35, so they have raised it up a little bit. It's got 140,000 hit points. Last weekend it had 150,000, so they brought that down. It's got more than the Mark II. It's Mark III, which has or Mark II is 118. Mark III is 140, and the cooldown on the jump will take longer on the Mark III versus the Mark II. So if the Mark II is a medium version, this is a heavy version. And we'll jump into a map and test out the Mark III and give our thoughts on what we think about it. A lot of people didn't like the side shield on it because you can't really shoot straight forward at an enemy and use that same shield to block like a Galahad or a Gareth. You have to turn your bot sideways like you're using an ECU shield, and that does take some getting used to. Also, they didn't like the slow speed and the slow dash ability. Kind of makes it less of a dash bot. I really liked the Orkans on it previously, but because we're on a more of an open map, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the Tarans first. We'll just have to remember to keep our range like any plasma bot, like a Rhino or a Griffin or anything else. So we've got the first beacon. Normally I would go to the left, but as you can see, this bot has weapons on the right side, so it's going to make a lot of sense to try to find cover that will block on that right side here. Okay, so yeah, this is not a good matchup here to go up against a Gareth with rockets, but as you can tell, that guy got his shield taken out pretty quick there. Let's finish him off here. Or at least he got hit with splash damage, and that really hurt him. I like with this bot gun placement that you can shoot over... well, we just lost our shield, but this guy needs one more shot and he'll be toast. So let's go ahead and jump out and take him out there. Surprise! This guy has those high-placed guns on the side. That means you can shoot over those kind of walls straight ahead of us, which is nice. And you can corner shoot also, which is great. So we'll try to use it to our advantage, but there's only certain spots you can shoot from the right side on this side of the map. So we'll see what we do here. We do have our dash I could have used to get over here faster. We'll hit this Raijin from the side while he puts his shield up and take him out. Alright, well we got another dash spot to go. Let's see who we're facing here. In this case, I think, let's jump in with the Punishers to use that extra 500 range. With the Mark II earlier, you could actually sit back and deal with, you know, firearms and rockets because it has the built-in Ansel. Well, not with this one. This one's got the physical shield, which is neat and all, but that means plasma can go right through it. The Mark II, with the Mark III here, you're very vulnerable to rockets, so each one has a weakness. Let's jump across the side and reload here. Alright, we got some other ones. One of my concerns was if we face Dashbot Mark IIs with the built-in Ansel shield, we'll have to use these Punishers to shoot all the way through that shield first. So while he's targeting our buddy here, let's see if we can cut into that shield. How long would it take with the new speed up to take that shield out? Yeah. And we won't really have a lot of protection while firing with this shield. So let's use cover behind this Galahad and try and take out that guy there. And he's jumping in, so this will be a good chance to use our punishers and test him out on this Griffin here. He's got a pretty good sized body here. But yeah, after using the Mark II that has the built-in Ansel shield against rockets and firearms, it's kind of weird switching automatically over to the Mark III that doesn't. That guy should be taken out pretty quick. I wonder what would happen to a... Well, that Fury went the other way here. Let's work on this Raijin, see if he puts up his shield or not. Looks like he is. So we'll go ahead and move out of here. He's just shooting some low-level trebuchets at us, so let's just work on his shield for fun. He can't really do a lot of damage to us. And we'll angle our shield to the side while he's shooting and block with that. And we'll just see how we do here. Okay, we waited one more time for him to shoot, and then now we'll go ahead and start lighting into him here while he targets that other guy. That Raijin's tough. It's got a lot of hit points, but with 3 medium punishers, you'd like to think you're going to wear this guy down eventually. He's going down now. Let's see if we can take him out before we lose our clip here. Got him. I'm going to back off from this couple of dash spots, and that's really, with the Mark III, you got to treat it more like a Griffin. You can't dash all the time, so you've got to just save your dashes for when you really need it the most. That's one of the issues. So that Fury's gone, it looks like. Our dash, let's test out how fast the dash actually is. Okay, that's not too bad. It's a 15-second cooldown, I think. It used to be 20 or 17, so that's gotten better. That means when you hit the ground, you probably have about 13 seconds left on the cooldown before you get to dash again. So that's not a bad deal. As a matter of fact, let's use it right now. So that's better. But once again, with the Mark II, we said, okay, this is great. Well, what about the Fujin? It's got similar stats to the Fujin, but you can move anywhere. You don't have to stand still to activate your shield. So why am I going to use a Fujin if I can use a Mark II? Well, now the big question with the Mark III is, would I want to use a Griffin instead of using the Mark III? They both have similar speed, but now, of course, the Mark III has more speed. Let's see if we can take out this Lancelot while he's dealing with other guys here. And if he shoots at us, we can just dash back out of his range here. Our punchers are doing quite well, and you can dash into range and dash out of range, which is nice. Okay, I don't want to mess with the plasma one because he will be able to take us out. Okay, we got a buddy over there telling us that he's here to help. Okay, let's use our dash to dash back if needed. And one of the things that's nice about the punishers is it has that 500 range while the Tarans don't. They have the 350. So we're causing all kinds of damage into that Mark III before he can even get to us, or Mark II. But yeah, would you run a Griffin over a Mark III? That's the big question here. The Dash 3 has slightly faster speed than a Griffin now. It's got the physical shield on the side. You can't use it all the time, but you can use it, especially when you get caught in the open or you need to reload. You can turn sideways with that, which is nice. The Griffin does have the really big, nice jump, but this has the fast forward and backward dash. So, once again, that's the issue with the dash bots, is it makes every other bot in the game similar to it questionable as if you should run it. So, I'd be interested to hear your comments in the comment section below. What do you think about the Dashbot Mark III versus the Mark II? Would you rather have the faster speed and the Ansel shield, or the slower speed and more hit points and the physical shield? Okay, we want to stay out of 300 range for this guy. Clearly, because he's, I forget, I'm not in a Mark II with the built-in Ansel shield. And that's the problem with going back and forth for the Mark II to the Mark III. So a couple questions in the comment section below. Would you run a Mark II or a Mark III more? Would you rather have the built-in Ansel shield and faster speed, or this physical shield? Let's see if we can get into ambushing range of this guy. Or would you rather have the less speed but more hit points and physical shield of this guy? Wow, this guy's giving us a run. So let's use our shield while we're reloading our Orkans here and get out of his way. So once again, that shield does have use. You can let this guy, that's a Rog, you can let him reload and then fire into him here. Let's keep reloading. Well, that's a close match, a real close match. Let's shoot around the corner at him. That's the beauty of this guy is Orkan splash damage is great. And we'll see if we can take him out here. I'm going to use that shield to block. That's what it's for. And there's his our twin brother here, the Griffin. It does make you wonder what you'd rather run. Okay, we better get out of here. We got a guy shooting at us. Go, go, go. Yeah, you got the DB Griffin versus the Mark III here. So I feel like I'm not damaging that guy for some reason. Alright, he doesn't see us yet. So we'll shoot into him. Alright, there we go. Now, for the guys we're running against, I think Plasma is going to be better. Really close match. We want to finish this off here. So, but yeah, like I said, would you run the Mark II or Mark III? Ansel Shield or Physical Shield? What setups do you like on the Mark III here? Do you prefer the Tarans for dealing with like jumping Griffins, fast-moving bots? Do you prefer the Orkans because they can do splash damage around corners? What do you think about that? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the section below. And man, what a close match. 3 versus 2. We're coming down to the very end here. And see if we can take these guys out. There's that Hydra guy that got us earlier. If we get this beacon, we've got these guys here. So we'll do that while we're reloading here. But yeah, these bots are definitely usable. No question about that. Yeah, see, the Terrans were great to hit that jumping Griffin, which was nice. The Punishers have a little trouble with that, and so do the Orkans. So definitely usable. I'd love to see the skin that this is going to have. I'm definitely interested in the dash bots. I have a pretty good hanger I already like to run, but I think that the Mark II and the Mark III could be interesting to have. That was the end of this test server session for now. There'll be more sessions this weekend. I'll run a bunch of different things, but I think we did pretty good. We probably did close to 1 million damage there by the looks of it. I liked both. I really did like the Tarans and Orkans. Last time I just liked the Orkans because I felt the dash was a little too slow and the dash cooldown a little too long to be sitting out in the open with Plasma. If you run into shield bots, that could be an issue. If you notice, we didn't see a lot of shield bots out there, so that could be a factor to remember. But I feel like now that's a little faster and the dash cooldown's a little slower, or a little quicker. You could run Terrans on that, and you could break through some shields if needed. I like how the Mark II Ansel can protect you from any angle against firearms and rockets. But this Mark III, you have to angle that physical shield at a certain spot to block incoming plasma or firearms. So that is an issue to think about. But yeah, I'll be interested to run these over the weekend a little bit more. I just want to give you a quick look at the Mark III and see what you think in the section below. If you like the video, please click like. If you're not yet a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. We'll have more videos coming all weekend. There's all sorts of things to test out this weekend that we'll be doing. The auto-reloading rockets, the redesigned geckos, plus the Dash 2 versus the Dash 3, in which is better. Because I'm going to run a hanger with both of them. That's it from the test server this weekend. This is Bagofsoup, and I hope you have a great War Robots day.